Good evening and thank you for joining me on Black News Tonight. I'm Marc Lamont Hill. On a day where we're celebrating the life and legacy of Malcolm X, we're dealing with yet another loss. The death of comedic legend Paul Mooney, who passed away today at the age of 79. The godfather of comedy, Paul Mooney, was born Paul Gladney on August 4th, 1941 in Shreveport, Louisiana. During his career, Mooney collaborated with Richard Pryor from 1968 until the day Pryor passed away. Mooney then served as head writer on In Living Color, creating and inspiring the famous Homie the Clown character. He also played Negro Damas on Chappelle's Show, and as our Anita Bennett explains, he used his comedy to tackle the issue of race.
We gave everything. We are so loyal. We're like some old hound dog. We are so loyal. We built that White House. You know we built it. The slaves built the White House. You think they call it the White House by mistake?
Over 4 decades ago, Paul Mooney helped put the Laugh Factory on the map.
Without him, Laugh Factory was not exist.
Jamie Masada opened the iconic LA Comedy Club in 1979. He says Mooney was the first comic to take the stage, and he returned thousands of times.
He was the godfather of the comedy. He was the godfather of all Black Lives Matter because he was the person, first time he was talking on the stage about injustice was done to African American in this country. And everybody was upset, but he'd stick by it and he made it happen.
Early on, Mooney worked as a writer for Richard Pryor. He wrote for a string of iconic TV shows and appeared in films. Here at the Laugh Factory, younger comics say Mooney opened many doors.
Paul Mooney was, as a black man, a comedian pioneer, but as a comedian, he was a trailblazer. One of the first comedians to speak their truths in the most authentic and sincere ways, to make the world realize that good comedy makes you laugh, but great comedy makes you think.
Mooney's impact over the years cannot be disputed.
He helped a lot of comedians, from Dave Chappelle to Eddie Murphy to Chris Rock to you name them, to Robin Williams, you name them. Arsenio Hall, everybody. He helped everybody.
The comedy world has definitely lost a giant. When you think about the greats of comedy, whether it's Red Fox, whether it's Richard Pryor, Moms Mabley, you gotta throw the name Paul Mooney in the mix. Too often, Paul Mooney, or for a long time, Paul Mooney was seen as more of a behind-the-scenes person. We knew his extraordinary writing ability. We knew what he did for Richard Pryor. We saw the Paul Mooney show on primetime television as well, but we didn't get the full embrace of Paul Mooney's genius, really, I think, until the last few decades when we began to see him on Chappelle's Show, when we began to find out how much he wrote for In Living Color, and we got to witness this giant's genius. Paul Mooney was a genius, and in a moment where people say genius way too easily. Everybody who's funny ain't a genius. Everybody who's smart ain't a genius. But Paul Mooney was a true comedic genius. He disrupted our understanding. He made us think about the world differently. He challenged our taken for granted assumptions about how things could work. And he didn't just do it in a simplistic manner or on some simplistic topic. He tackled the most lingering and hulking issue in America. That is the one of race. He was able to take some of the deepest, most sophisticated conversations about race, about white supremacy, about anti-blackness, and present it to you in a way where you understood it, where you could feel it, not just see it, but feel it. But he was also funny. A whole bunch of people are smart, but ain't funny. Paul Mooney was able to help us think through this, to understand this, but he never stopped making us laugh. That's why we honor Paul Mooney. That's why we put him in the pantheon of comedic giants. And that's why today we are able to really say we had a hell of a loss. I got somebody joining me right now who knows this loss better than anybody. Comedian Guy Torry joins me right now via phone. Guy, what does it mean to lose a giant like Paul Mooney?
It meant that we lost one of our pioneers of standing. The unfilteredness that we have today, it is because of comedians like Paul Mooney and Richard Pryor, who Paul Mooney wrote for. And we just lost someone who wasn't afraid to make people feel uncomfortable. That's what you used to tell me when I first started doing stand-up, was Never be afraid to make people feel uncomfortable, but speak your truth and make them laugh. And if you combine all those, then you are a comedian and not a comic. A lot of people don't understand there's a difference between being a comedian and a comic. A comic says funny things. A comedian makes things funny. And Paul Mooney was definitely a comedian. And I mean, he made people feel uncomfortable, but made people think, but he made you laugh. And that's the true spirit of comedy.
Everybody, again, I'm being joined by comedian Guy Torry, who's talking about the life and legacy of Paul Mooney, who passed away today at the age of 79. Guy, you were actually working on a documentary about Paul Mooney.
Well, it's about black comedy, and it's about a comedy that I created. And Paul Mooney was one of those pioneers who helped pave the way. It was about a comedy night that was created at the Comedy Store by me in 1995, when no mainstream club was having urban nights anywhere in the country. And the Comedy Store was the first one to say, hey, you got a chance. I started with Eddie Griffin, and then his went for a little while, and then there was years before that went on after that, and I came along, and Paul Mooney was one of those comics who helped usher that in because of his relationship with Mitzi at the Comedy Store. And I mean, it helped so many black comedians out, but in the spirit of Paul Mooney, you know, we were able to be ourselves at the Comedy Store. You know, when you're doing mainstream rooms back then, they would want to censor you. But the Fat Tuesdays created a place where you can come and not be censored. And that was because of comedians like Paul Mooney and Richard Pryor.
Wow. When we think about comedic gifts, people like Bill Cosby could tell the story. You know, some people had the kind of physical comedy. You know, Martin Lawrence, for example, had an interesting mix of, you know, the kind of physical comedy along with the other stuff. What's Paul Mooney's superpower, comedic superpower?
You look at the truth, but then laugh at the truth. And that's one of the styles I try to write and pattern my style after, is that truth and making you think. You know, and we one of those comedians that makes you think. I mean, you know, Chappelle makes you think, and Michael Che makes you think, and Chris Rock makes you think, and those are thinking comedians, but all coming, you know, Paul Mooney allowing us or pushing us to be better, to write deeper. And whenever you think of everything you can think of to make a joke work, when you write all that down, throw it away, and that's when the creative process starts. Is after you can't think of nothing else, then you go. And that's what Paul used to do. Favorite jokes, unfortunately, from Paul is on two other deaths of two other legends, Tupac and Biggie, when he said, you know, I know they're in heaven because they both had faith. and he was talking about the singer.
That is a Paul Mooney. That is a Paul Mooney joke, man.
That's a Paul Mooney joke.
I mean,
yeah, man. It's like,
yo, they both had faith. That's funny as hell. And you know what, guy? It wasn't uncommon for him, man. He did that after 9/11. He had a way to take something that was deeply painful, but make us laugh about it. Whether after Biggie and Pac, he made us laugh about it, man. I mean, his comedy was like medicine, man.
It was, and that's what comedy is, man. We're comedians. We're more than just court jesters, clowns, and punchlines. Man, we are thinkers. We are healers. We are performers. We are psychologists. We do all of that, man, and we do it from a dark place. So we're messed up on the inside. So we do comedy to bring light to our dark situations, and that's what Paul did. He brought light to dark situations inside of himself, but also on the world.
Absolutely, man. And right now, they laughing up in heaven, and we crying just a little bit for our fallen brother Paul Mooney. But we give thanks for his life, we give thanks for his legacy. And God, thank you for joining me tonight on Black News Tonight.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Up next.